Alright, so this video I just want to talk about the unit circle. Now you can ignore this table for now, that's why I'm standing over it, but we might use it later in a future video, so I'm going to leave it there. Alright, so the unit circle, it's very, very straightforward. Here's an y-axis and an x-axis. Here's our origin, 0, 0. Now I'm going to take a circle and I'm going to draw my circle. That's a pretty decent circle. 1, 1, negative 1, 1. It's called the unit circle because it has a radius equal to 1 unit in length. Unit circle. Now that I have a unit circle, I'm going to sort of muck around with it a little bit. I'm going to put a dot somewhere around the circle, and I'm going to focus first here in this quadrant. So I'm going to put a dot right there, and I'm going to draw a line from the origin to the dot, and then straight down here to make a right angle. And you're probably looking at that going, that's a right angle triangle. And it is a right angle triangle. Now I want you to take my word for it that I've made this angle equal to 45 degrees. And with that information, I should be able to figure out what the x value is for this and what the y value is for this. What are these two numbers here? So let's use some trig to figure that out. So the first thing I want to know is here, the x bit. So I want to know what that length is right there. Now it's handy to know that this is a unit circle because the hypotenuse of the unit circle is equal to 1. So I have a side that I want to know. I know the hypotenuse is 1 and I have an angle of 45 degrees. I can do some trig with this. So cos theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, which is x over 1. Now anything over 1 is just itself, so then cos 45 is equal to x. And if I want to know what x is, then I just need to know what cos 45 is. How do I know what cos 45 is? Cos 45 is root 2 on 2. Therefore, x is equal to root 2 on 2. Easy, straightforward. Now, I can do the same for this one here. If I want to know what y is, then I know that sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Here's my 45 degree angle. So the opposite is y. The hypotenuse is 1 and always will be. Whoops. So sine 45 is equal to y on 1. Therefore, sine 45 is equal to y. And we already know that sine 45 is root 2 on 2. Awesome. So, using a triangle here and our knowledge of our standard sine ratios, cosine ratios, tan ratios, we should be able to figure out where that point is on our unit circle. We can actually speed this process up slightly because now we can see that cos theta isn't just adjacent over hypotenuse. When it comes to the unit circle, cos theta is just equal to x. Cos theta is equal to x. And in the same vein, sine theta is equal to y. We can finish this off pretty simply by saying that tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent, that is y on x. But we can actually take that one step further and say that tan theta is equal to y, which is sine theta, on x, which is cos theta. Okay, things are getting pretty complex here, but remember where we started. Cartesian plane with a circle 1. Then we drew a 45 degree angle triangle, and we used that 45 degree angle triangle and our knowledge of this, our standard triangles, to figure out where that dot would sit. From that, we now know that cos theta is equal to x anywhere on this circle. sine theta is equal to y anywhere on this circle, and tan theta is equal to y on x, or sine theta on cos theta, anywhere on this circle. So, I've drawn another triangle, this time with an angle of just 30 degrees. So we're going to be using this stuff in our table to come up with the x and the y coordinate of that point, which also happens to be the length of this and the height of this. So we know that the x coordinate is going to be equal to cos theta. Cos theta, and theta is 30. So the x coordinate is just going to be root 3 on 2. Okay, cos 30, that's the x coordinate. Now the y coordinate of this is going to be equal to sine 30. Y coordinate is going to be equal to sine 30, 1/2. Excellent. You can see that we can jump through this really quite quickly. We can find our dot here, and we know that cos theta is equal to the x value, and sine theta is equal to the y value. Now you can probably see this coming, but here I've drawn another triangle, 60 degrees, and I would like to know what its x coordinate is and what its y coordinate is. So its x coordinate is going to be cos 60. Cos 60, 1/2. And its y coordinate, that length there, is going to be sine 60, root 3 on 2. That's root 3 on 2. Sorry, I've run out of space there. Okay, 3 triangles, all in the first quadrant, and now we can find those coordinates, which also, there are 2 things, coordinates of that point, but they're also the height and length of these triangles. Height and length. Alright, that's the unit circle, really quite involved. It's a big idea, and it underpins a lot of the maths that's going to come next. So if you struggled with that one, don't worry, we'll keep practicing, we'll do heaps of questions and try some of these things out.